What is up, guys? Mr.StealUrGurl here, coming at you with a Supreme Commander 2 replay. This was sent in by a viewer, and I must say thank you very much for that. You have all been great about sending in submissions. I really do appreciate that. You guys have been truly awesome and supportive. So the map is Open Palms, and this is not the tournament match that Alpha Hex sent me. That might come out later this week if I feel like doing another replay. But it's been a long week already, and it's only Wednesday for me. So anyhow, guys, I'm not doing an Alpha Hex replay right now because he's been featured week after week because he keeps sending me so many good replays, guys. So don't be upset if you don't have a tournament match today because he is in the finals of that one. Of the, what do you call that? The finals of the Reflex Gaming Tournament. So anyhow, guys, now to talk about this game. We got Hope spawning in as the white Siren player, dropping down a double land factory, double air factory after ecoing with his ACU, which could be deadly against an Vs.unknowndesire7. Spawning in as the blue UEF commander, who I think went straight for a double air factory and is pumping out wasps and bombers at an alarming rate. Let's speed this bad boy up because as I remember reviewing it, I didn't watch much of it. It went on for quite a while. Then I shut it off. I'm like, dang, I have to cast this because it got pretty crazy and I didn't want to see the ending. I wanted to surprise myself when I see it because it started getting crazy. I'm like, this has to get cast. Like it can't end badly, and if it does, that'll be very sad. If Unknown Desire was smart, he would hit that. Ooh, he missed what I think he was actually going to go for. He probably wanted to get that that intel gathering station. That's really what I would hit. No, he really wants to get that mass extractor. That mass extractor is not going to die. Those are some sacrificial bombers. I don't know what the heck he's doing there. So as you can see, both players doing a pretty standard expanding, doing it a standard expand. Now, again, saying against Cybrin, don't expand in back, and that usually holds true. But right now, UEF versus Cybrin air, you could do that. Especially if you have air in your grasp, you could definitely expand in back and definitely put down another air factory right back there so it could have some AA to do some good. And as you can see, that Hope is sucking up that delicious yummy yummy mass like a great player that he is. Definitely smart and putting down some more eco like a smart person. And I think Unknown Desire is trying to bait out those Geminis, trying to bait them out, just trying to catch him off guard. See, he's just trying to force an engagement. Ooh, that would be a bad engagement. And another bombing run going off, not doing much damage. Now, an air fight is happening right over some AA. That is very bad for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire, I think, actually lost that air fight, but it doesn't exactly matter because, again, he's UEF air. UEF air could replenish so fast, and he's got a third land factory. I mean, oh my goodness, land factory, air factory to the Siren players too. But that is free mass there for Russian, aka Hope. Just sucking up that delicious mass, helping build that economy. As you can see, some energy generators going up. So we're probably going to see some megas. We're probably going to see some adapters. Now that is going to tip this. What is Unknown Desire doing? He's just really aggressively scouting, really aggressively trying to aggro these units out to do some damage. And he's doing a fair amount of damage, but he's losing his air force in the mix. So that is not a good thing. So I think that Unknown Desire has been overly aggressive, overly confident at this moment, and he's just feeding his opponent's economy. Now, right now, Unknown Desire is in trouble. There's some adapters, and it appears that air is pretty much even right now. Land factory going down for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire is well ahead in the air factory game. Definitely has a bunch of air factories. Another land factory for Hope. That is, ooh, Hope is way above in the land factory game. So that is going to be super dangerous for Unknown Desire to deal with. Unknown Desire is getting his second expansion while Hope is just working on his first. Not even. He's just putting a land factory down. In an air battle, little. I'm gonna slow this bad boy down because there's some stuff going on here. Now, mass is being sucked up by Unknown Desire. That is the right move. Point defense and an AA tower. That is not a bad thing at all, but I would like to see a factory supporting... Oh, 2-point defense and a factory to support that. That is definitely what we need to see. There's not a lot that could happen here. Hope definitely turns away. He's like, nope, don't want none of that. But some Cobras are in the game. That is definitely going to change up the dynamic. And that, I thought that was a point defense, but it went into a heavy air tower. What are these things flanking the sides? Are those... Oh, energy generators. Such a weird thing to build. Is that really Unknown Desire 7? Because he's doing some stuff that Unknown Desire doesn't normally do. I think Unknown Desire is doing a different play style today. Now, Hope is seeing that he is not able to really push, even with this overwhelming force here, he's not able to push this area. And those mass extractors now have point defense on them. They are so annoying. And those Geminis just overkilled that poor little engineer. Now this second expansion is being effectively shut down. Meteors destroying that forward point defense for Hope. Hope has to retreat. Now Hope had a whole lot of hope, for lack of a better word, to push in and do some damage. But now he can't because these mass extractors have point defense on them. Now Hope could keep pressure up here, but now Unknown Desire, all he has to do is put down some research stations, and this is going to be a nasty place for Hope to try to assail. He's not going to be able to push through. He will have to push in and out with Cobras, but that'll be absolutely impossible with even this small land force here for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire pretty much is able to easily push this force back, but look at all those bombers there. Now, Unknown Desire is definitely confident with his air units. Now, bombers going in for a bombing run, doing some damage, but pulling those bombers out. Smart move there. Aggroing out the fighters, trying to get some kills off, but not being super effective with those adapters in the mix. So that's a heavy commitment to air for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire is definitely committing to air. And like I said, guys, megaliths are in production. We got a couple of research stations, several research... Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. Had a little cough there as a bombing run goes off from some Geminis for Hope. I'm going to have a sip of water. I apologize. I usually don't do this, but my throat just suddenly got dry. It is beginning of, I think, summer over here, and it's kind of hot. So excuse me, I'm trying to keep my voice nice and nice and listenable to you guys, for you guys. So forgive that. And that was a great move there. A couple of Cobras just shut this expansion completely down. All it took was 2. Unknown Desire knew he couldn't really do much about it, so he control K'd them. But Unknown Desire is definitely going to rebuild. He is going to get more mass extractors. Now, Unknown Desire really should be scouting to see what the heck is going on here, because there was some big problems coming up for him. Unknown Desire should be sucking up that delicious yummy mass, but he's not. So a little air fight going on over here with these engineers. What are these engineers doing? Are they out there just to bait, or are they just out? Oh, maybe. You know, this guy I once played with a long time ago, his name was Helixis. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say Helixorus. And he used the engineers because of their radar. The radar is limited range. It was so weird, but it worked out a little bit. See, this little engineer sees a small amount of what's going on here just because he's a radar. He's baiting out some problems. He sees a little bit of what's going on. Maybe that's a misclick, but that guy is giving free scouting information for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire sees a whole lot more than Hope wanted, and Hope researched the cicada. Now, if you want to know about a super overpowered unit in this game, look no further than the cicada, or cicada, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to call it cicada. It is completely overpowered and borderline broken, especially if you have two of them. Because if you turn one on and then wait for the other one to turn off, and then turn another one, or turn two on at the same time, one goes down, you got another one to back you up. It is so ridiculous. So guys, it's nutso. It is completely nutso with the cicada. The cicada with a well ball of death like this right here, like Hope has. He's got these loyalist adapters. Does he have cobras? He's got at least one cobra. Got a handful of cobras there. His ACU, a whole bunch of Geminis, and a megalith. If you get a cicada in there, that is going to be a very, very difficult force for the UEF to stop. Now, what Unknown Desire needs are it is either fat boys or a whole bunch of artillery just to rain down on this, rain on that parade there just to stop that. There's not a lot going on here, so I'm going to speed it up to 4, guys. Hopefully you enjoy that. So some scouting information going down for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire is going to see all this stuff here, but he's going to have to deal with some major problems coming up. So that is going to be a lazy engineer, 2 lazy engineers. We don't like seeing that here at StealSpeaks. Let's slow the bad boy down. So Unknown Desire is seeing all the things as he's getting attacked. See these cicadas here concealing all of this stuff here. One megalith could wreak havoc. One megalith could do so much damage. Those AA towers. See how they stop firing as soon as the megalith, the cicada is in range to conceal it. Look at that. Those fighters, Unknown Desire's fighters, are not able to do anything. And that cicada's up for an extremely painful long time. Look, just now that cicada's shut off. Think about that, guys. Now, if you're the guy using the cicada, you're going to say, dang, that was short. But if you're the guy on the receiving end of that, you're going to be like, that is horrendous. That is horrible. And you can't even see these units when you're fighting against them with the cicada up. So that AC-1 Terror is going to have a hard time microing against this death ball here. This death ball here has everything to pretty much counter what Unknown Desire is throwing at it. There is nothing that he could really do with this death ball here. This death ball here is extremely powerful, and a second cicada is walking in there, just sauntering in like it ain't no thing, like there's no problems here. Now, this is you could deal with this. I mean, these AC-1 Terrors can be microed, because as you can see, this that cicada is right there on the edge, but it's being protected by so many adapters. Now, this is what Unknown Desire needs to do. He needs to send in his units into the base and just destroy his base. Just completely wreck it, because there's not a lot these AC-1 terrorists could do against such a destructive power at this moment. Nice move aggroing out those Geminis, pulling those Geminis away from the cicada's protection, away from the AA of the adapters, and destroying them over your own defenses. So that is a smart move there. Now, a handful of AC-1 terrors microed out over here could do a massive amount of damage to this economy here, and that could effectively win that match. So, as you can see, look at that. Now, look at these AC-1Ks. They will be pretty much. They could pretty much do whatever the heck they want. This could be a massive base trade situation here. If Unknown Desire took his ACU, put it right here, I don't think that Hope would know that he's there, so we could build up, or even right here, put down some fat boy gantries, some land gantries, and throw out some fat boys, and they could be extremely dangerous. They could be a decent counter to this death ball here. Some jackhammers. Ooh, down goes the cicada. That is definitely what Unknown Desire wants. Unknown Desire is having a heck of a time taking these things out. See that? Another cicada goes down. Now, that is Now this is a slightly vulnerable, but still tough as nails death ball here. And Unknown Desire, what are you doing? You have a free UE ACU kill. Look at him. Hope is just sitting there with a kick me sign right on his back, guys. Look at that. But he is getting away. He got a free. He got a way free. He got a get out of jail free card, guys. So unreal. So the only thing that would be really useful against this would be a combination of Fat Boys too, and Jackhammers. I know I keep saying that, but that is really what we need to see. Fat Boys could kite, stay at range and kite away, and just lower those adapter shields. Just lower them. But who knows what Unknown Desire spent his research points on. He might have spent his research points on this and be really confident that this is doable. But as you can see, these AC-1 terrors are dropping. And I don't think this is a sustainable way to go. Was that 3 AC-1 terrorists dead in one go? You see, that is not a sustainable thing. You don't want to be doing that, especially when you can't see what you're flying over. It is completely dangerous. It is so deadly. This is such a deadly force of Cyber here. It is completely, it's almost overpowered. But Fat Boys are really what Unknown Desire wants. Fat Boys, Fat Boys, Fat Boys, and Jacks. If you can't do Jacks, Fat Boys would be good enough. Just spam them. Just spam the heck out of them and stay at range. Stay at range, and those AC-1 terrors could come in and clean up. That would be perfect. That would win you the match. That would definitely win this match. But it looks like this death ball is highly effective. See, these AC-1 terrors could push back in here and just destroy this entire thing. It doesn't matter about these high damage air towers. They're in a line. They will just fall. They would just blow up. A handful of AC-1 terrorists could easily destroy that. And cut off the supply line. The Fat Boys will keep this at range. They will not advance very quickly with all the Fat Boys going on. That's exactly what needs to be done. But Hope is doing such a great job at creeping on Unknown Desire. See, he's cutting out the supply line here. There's 2 gantries here that just automatically would be flying right there. The supply line is completely cut off. An expansion is destroyed. Now, the mass is, I think, somewhat even. Maybe Hope has a few more, or I have no clue. I can't count it right now. Now, it appears that Unknown Desire is in a power crisis because this base here had all the power and it was destroyed. That is a painful thing to happen. And this slow creep of death is going into the base of Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire's base is being crept upon here. And look at that. Look at all that AA just being sprayed right at these AC-1 terrors. They have nothing. There's nothing they could do, really. There's like 5 of them, and they just see. Look at this. Now watch these AA towers. They are no match for the AC-1 terrors. Watch them just shred them as if they're paper. That's like nothing to them. That is seriously nothing to them. Like, this whole base is dead. This whole base would be dead in minutes. But look at this, guys. Gemini's pushing in. He sees that the main Air Force is away and scouted out Unknown Desire's ACU. That ACU is 1 dead ACU. That's it, guys. That's over. These wasps are not going to get there in time. That is just not going to happen. Those wasps are not going to be able to intercept all those bombers. He's hunker. You need a hunker, and no, he's down in the yellow. He's down in the yellow. This is it for Unknown Desire. So this is it, and one more pass. Boom! And hunker effect, and this just got researched. So that's unfortunate for Unknown Desire. Unknown Desire 7. It seems like he might have been his first game of the day, right there, because that was some, or he didn't have hunker researched. I don't know. Usually Unknown Desire's hunkers are top freaking notch, guys. But unfortunately, he just couldn't pull it off. So down goes Unknown Desire. Definitely one of the best players in the game right now. Seriously, guys, he is awesome. So Hope did amazing. That death ball is so hard to deal with for anybody, even at Unknown Desire's level. but if he would have been able to have time to go back. But unfortunately for Unknown Desire, it's easier for me to say, hey man, you need fat boys. You need fat boys, dude. You need fat boys. Um, that is a easy thing for me to say, sitting here at my desk, not clicking away, having to worry about this death ball eating away at my base like the flesh-eating bacteria, you know? So it's easy for me to say, dude, what are you doing? Trust me, it's not that easy because Unknown Desire had to deal with this the whole time. He kept attacking it, which kept it at bay for a really long time, but that just did not work because, like I said, that death ball is borderline overpowered. Like, air is not going to do it. It just does not have the DPS to eat through these shields and then eat away at an experimental unit, even though it doesn't have that much health. And you know, it just, all that AA and those adapter shields made Hope a very strong force to reckon with. And it was such a risk for him too. In the it's fairly micro intensive with his ACU out there in the field, having to push your army up. Remember to take your ACU with you to keep him under those shields and hope to God that the cicadas don't go down when AC1Ks are present for the ACU. Again, it is a high risk, high reward tactic, and it is pretty difficult. So we saw two high level players doing some high level stuff. Unknown Desire attempting to micro AC1Ks at the distance, but it's so hard to do against cicadas and adapters. It's just so hard. So top level play, guys. So that's all I got to say about that. So I enjoyed casting that replay. I saw it in my inbox, and the person, and Hope actually said thank you for sending it in. Said please cast this. He was so polite about it. And I haven't cast the match from Hope in a super long time. So here you go, Hope. Here you go, guys. It is a fantastic match. I hope you all enjoy it. So anyhow, guys, comment down below. Say something such as annoying cicada or tactical cicada or something involving cicada, or just type in cicada. Just say something about the cicada for me, just so I know you guys made it this far. Otherwise, I'll assume you guys, you know, hit the like button and just hit play and just shut the video down. Of course, I'm kidding, because I know you guys watch, but I want to hear from you guys. I love that you guys comment me, because you guys are so darn cool, and not just guys, you gals too. So don't think I'm completely sexist. I'm not sexist at all. I'm just being stupid right now. So anyhow, guys, comment me, say something about the cicada, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Why was I gonna say channel? Subscribe to my channel, and as you can hear, guys, I am super tired. Subscribe to this channel, favorite it because that helps me out, and share it with your friends, family, and foes because they need something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everybody, GG.